It is that time for Mr. Tat, and that is my response to a tweet. My response to a tweet. And today's tweet says, does the president have no shame when it comes to life? Does the president have no shame when it comes to life? Wow. Well, this is my response to that tweet. The answer is, I don't think so. But I'm not just going to say it because I don't think so. I'm going to try to add a little proof to me and my thoughts so that I can answer this tweet. I was listening to the Oregon speech when it came to the shooting, and once again, all our prayers go out to the families and the people involved, law enforcement, and the people in their community with those Christian victims. But when I was listening to the speech, there's so many parts of it that just stuck out. But this is the one that got me the most. And then I go into my Black Lives Matter mode and say, how you guys know how I feel about Black Lives Matter. Black lives don't matter. All lives matter. But to them, and the Democrats and the liberals and the Black Lives Matter movement, it only matters when white people kill black people and when it's more so the police that kill black people. But yet I digress. I'm listening to a speech and it made me write this down. This is what the president said. And like I said, I'm cross-referencing all this stuff with what's going on with Planned Parenthood, what's going on with the murders in let's take his hometown, Chicago. I'm taking all these things and I'm processing all these things at once. And then I hear him say this. This is what the president says. He says, so tonight, I'm quoting this now. So tonight, as those of us who are lucky enough to hug our kids a little closer, are thinking about the families who aren't so fortunate, I ask the American people to think about how they can get our government to change these laws and to save lives. And let young people grow up. I'm going to read it one more time, and I'll just read a little faster. So tonight, as those of us who are lucky enough to hug our kids a little closer, that is very important now, are thinking about the families who aren't so fortunate, I ask the American people to think about how they can get our government to change the laws to save lives and let young people grow up. Not only do I feel that he doesn't have any shame, but President, did you fall and bump your head and think that we couldn't be able to put these pieces together? These pieces, you ever get a puzzle for your kid the age 2 to 3 range, and you get a puzzle out the box and the puzzle might be 2 feet by 2 feet, but it's only got like 6 pieces. It's like your kid can connect those. This is what you're trying to display to us, like it's a 5,000 piece puzzle, but it's really 6 pieces. Man, I can put your motives together so easy. Just listen to this. Check this out. He wants to say, allow our children to have a chance to grow up. But this is the same man that's standing in the way of defunding Planned Parenthood, that's chopping up our children by the masses. This is the same man that comes from the city of Chicago that has the highest murder rate of children and people and individuals in our country. You're not concerned about them growing up. You're not concerned about these people getting chopped up in Planned Parenthood growing up. But all of a sudden there's a school shooting and now you're so ticked off to where you got to advocate for us to go out here and talk to the government to change laws to save lives and let our young people grow up. We were just having an argument a week ago. The argument is still on the table about defunding Planned Parenthood. And here's the part that makes what you're saying so interesting, ridiculous. To where I can say you have no shame. Check this out. This is 2012 statistics. This is according to the Chicago Tribune, your hometown paper. Gun violence, gun deaths in America, 33,636. And most of them were suicides. But abortions, just of developing offspring. Okay, remember, Mr. President, allow our children to grow. Okay, check this out. Just developing offspring, 327,166 killed in 2012. Killed, developing offspring. The total babies killed by abortion clinics in 2012, according to the Chicago Tribune, 1.2 million total. The abortions per year that you guys want to make sure they keep getting funded, as you want to tell American people, watch our young people grow. You're stopping them from growing. You're stopping them from coming out. You're stopping them. Man, please. Abortions equal per year more than every single military death in the history of our country. Every year. This year's totals will total up more than all the soldiers in every war combined that died. But you want to keep funding Planned Parenthood. But now you want to stand up in front of these Oregon families before the blood even gets warm. Before the blood even goes cold, you want to stand up there and say, we need to talk to the government about changing the laws. Man, you can save more lives than all these shootings combined. If you just, one, enforce the laws that you already have in your own hometown, clean up your own house first before you try to coach us into, you ain't got no shame. You have no shame. In Chicago, 2012, January through September, 1,947 murders, gun violence. Chicago, the strictest gun laws in the country. 178 just in the month of September. Chicago, 2012. It's higher than that. All the way up to now, they got like almost 600, probably going on 700 murders in your own hometown. But you're going to stand up here on the backs in the blood of these Christians and try to make us think that you're so upset when your party is allowing Planned Parenthood to kill our children by the masses? And then you are going to sit there and say, talk to your government, get your government to change laws, to save lives, and let young people grow up. Mr. President, bruh, homeboy, dog, man, you must have lost your mind if you think you could come out here and have these big puzzle pieces and try to make us think you did something that was so complex. Bruh, just like you said, and the chicken is coming home to roost, your words, you should politicize. You are going to politicize this event. So guess what? Welcome to the Phil Williams Show, because every day I'm going to politicize this at your request. And I'm going to encourage the American people to keep it political. Yes, talk to your government. Go out here, vote conservative, unvote all these people that just talking in your face, peeing in your face, telling you it's rainwater. And no, they have no shame. Zero. None. Funding these abortion clinics. But then you're going to talk about allowing somebody to grow. Man, please. That's my response to a tweet on the Phil Williams Show.